Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sky Wars Talks, here on the mblohr channel. The actual mblohr has a sore throat, so I had to cover for him. And even though these are his words, hopefully they will still have the same effect. Without further ado, let's get started. Today we're going to talk about motivation. This is something I've talked about here and there before. Something I've needed during this long and often difficult journey on YouTube, and honestly through life itself. So in that sense, this does not just apply to YouTubers. It applies to anyone going through tough times right now or facing any kind of hardship. I first got the idea for making a video about this when one night I became particularly motivated in everything I was doing and how productive I was becoming. So I went on my Snapchat store and people following me, and I wrote some things that I thought others might want or need to hear in order to become more successful with whatever they were doing. So I figured I might convey it to you all as well. Imagine successful life is a moving train. It is always chugging, moving forward, constantly gaining speed. Even if obstacles get in the way, it may hinder the ride a bit, but those obstacles won't stop the train from reaching its destination. But what if the engineer, the one who operates the train, overestimated an obstacle and tried to somehow maneuver around it? Well, then the train would meet a devastating end and wreck itself. The engineer? That is you, the person in charge of a potentially successful life. But if you as a person overestimate how much a barrier or obstacle in your life might hinder you, you will damage your potential exponentially. You are able to move past them and continue on in your endeavors, yet you decide to dwell on the obstacle instead. The way to break this habit is simple. You have to get out of the mindset that any little obstacle could stop you from accomplishing your goals, and get into what's called a growth mindset. So what is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is when you accept the challenges you're facing despite the possibility of failure, taking them head on as if you are a football player plowing into the opposing team. Like my friend Bio. I was discouraged to write this episode because of many different discouraging things that were happening to me, so he gave me some motivation of his own. He was a first-year football player and had never played football in his life. His family and friends doubted his ability to do well, and even he doubted himself. But he wanted to do well despite having no experience with the field, so he never counted himself out and gave it his all. In his first few games as an inside linebacker on his high school football team, he got tackles here and there, but struggled to keep up. In weights, he worked hard to lift 300 pounds inside of 9 months. At the homecoming game, he made successful tackles in front of a majority of the school, and as he continued to get better, the coaches started to rely on him more and more. He began to see his success become real, and every day that he worked to get better, even through people's doubt which he used to gain motivation, he showed everyone the potential he didn't even know he had. Even with a chip on his shoulder, he had nothing to lose, and went out and proved the world and himself wrong. There's no reason you and I can't do the same. Maybe our self-confidence is fine, but we keep having unfortunate events unfold in our lives. But just as other people's doubt became Bio's motivation, we can use those hardships to make us stronger. I was recently introduced to a speech by Earl Nightingale called The Strangest Secret in the World. It explains the secret to success and why there are so few who become successful, basically stating that we always dwell on hardships and conform to go the easy route. In Nightingale's words, we become what we think about. But that can be said for the successful too. They think about where they want to go in their lives, and instead of focusing on the mistakes they make, they accept them and continue on their path to success. So whatever you're going through, whatever you regret or want to change, you can't. The past is the past is the past is the past is the past. Every day gets harder and harder because we face brand new challenges we never even seen before. But once we face those challenges head on, we become stronger, wiser, and better people. We become what we think about. So think about how much potential you have. Then there's no stopping you from becoming what you one day dream to be. And if you need more motivation such as this, go out and find it in your everyday life. There are so many inspiring and motivating things in this world. I try to be that for you guys, but there are also many other people on YouTube trying to do just that. There are also tons of articles, books, and speeches, and even little things in your day like a cat landing on its 4 little legs and continuing to walk around. There's also motivating music everywhere, which is what I use to motivate myself to win games like this. Keep a positive light in your minds, and I will try to do the same as well. It's that time of year to have a good mood about the universe, isn't it? Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a happy holiday and a fantastic new year. Thanks to Shroomy for voicing today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed very much. If you did, remember to leave a like. It would be much appreciated. Make sure you leave a comment with your feedback, And share this video with your friends if they need some motivation as well. Subscribe to Shroomy if you loved hearing his voice throughout this episode, and make sure to subscribe to the mblohr channel if you like what you see here. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye!
Burp extremely loudly every 30 seconds. Or let out a smelly, long-lasting fart every 5 minutes.
So I went on my Snapchat store and other people following me, and I wrote some things that